panoramic awesomeness. Jeez. Morning. I was hoping the sun would dry me out of my tent this morning. I'm right out in the open. It's only like 10 to 9. No such luck though so far. The pain I find of getting rained on is not so much getting rained on. You know, like when you're out backpacking, hiking, you're getting kind of wet, but the rain gear keeps you warm, so it's fine. You don't care. It's gradual. It's putting the wet stuff back on in the morning that gets me. That's after you're dry and warm, and yeah. And I mean, my clothes aren't real wet, but they're damp. I don't know. I had good rain gear once upon a time, but it weighed like 3 pounds or 4 pounds. It weighed a lot. The hood kept coming down like halfway down my face, which drove me insane. Maybe now with the bill in my hat, I could fix that. I don't know. And the pants kept falling down. So it was good rain gear, but it weighed a lot and it was very difficult to backpack in. It drove me nuts. So ever since then, I've been trying to get rain gear that's lighter. It's, utility. You can hike in it, backpack in it, and at the end of the day, your clothes won't be wet. So far, I have failed. The weather gods just keep smiling on me. Even when I get rained on, I'm still doing all right. So let the mass drying begin. I got everything out. My rain game definitely needs to get better. Too much stuff gets wet. Yeah, well. So I was given a leave of absence or a stay of execution with putting wet clothes on. I only have the one set of pants over there, convertibles, so they got pretty damp yesterday. I mean, that's the one item I'd like to keep dry because that's the only one I have. If a shirt gets wet, I have 2 more shirts. They're dry, they're in my bag, right? Anyway, I decided to just walk around in my long johns. I'm out in the middle of backcountry. There's no one here. Even if there was, who cares, right? They're just stupid long johns, so. But yeah, I'm able to get things out in the sun, hopefully dry them off. I've got a little breakfast going. It's gonna be okay, and I don't have to run off anywhere today. I don't have very far to go, so I've only got about a 7-kilometer backpack plan today, so. Coffee and an absolutely gorgeous sight. Again. Yeah, that one's pretty much making its own weather right now. That guy way over there, yeah. Cheers. Well, I thought about taking a little hike down Best Pass, about 3 kilometers to, there's supposed to be a pretty decent viewpoint and a crossing, so you just hike to the crossing and then you view this one mountain. I can set up an entirely different backpack for that one day though if I really want to. You know, come up like Moose River or something, or yeah, and then go out Best Pass. I think I gotta try and save my back. I'm not sure, it's gonna hold out. My back, my feet, it's gonna hold out for everything I want to do. I wanted to go down Moose River, but for sure I have to hike 48 kilometers out of here, backpack. If I do Moose River, I add 25 and a lot of stress. And I mean, you know, this is day 9 out here. I've officially now broken my record for the most days out in the backcountry. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I need to put it into survival mode a little bit and just do my 7 kilometers of backpack today, which is a nice easy day, and see where I stand in a few days. I got out pretty scot-free considering that last night it rained and today it's perfectly sunny, you know. I don't know how I would, what I would do if I had to deal with rain for like 4 days solid. But this is a good day, right? This is a day when I decide to get my game better. I mean, if you're only satisfied with your game, well, you're never really satisfied. But today's a day when I decide to rethink things, so you get motivated, right? Because you want to do better out here. You want to be more comfortable. You want to be able to experience this amazing beauty. That thing's so big, it's making its own damn weather. It's ridiculous. Easier and stuff, right? So yeah. And the rain game is probably the hardest one to play out here. But it's one that everyone has to at some point or another. It's just unavoidable. I just can't stop taking footage here. What have I got, like 8-9 minutes of footage already this morning? I haven't gone anywhere. It's just that this site is so amazing. This is, I think, without a doubt, the best site on the North Boundary Trail. Please, if you are coming out here, please plan a stop here. Like, 3 Slides was beautiful, but it's completely non-functional. I mean, broken bear hang and everything. Plus, you know, plus the mosquitoes were just going at me there. Oatmeal was quite nice, but the mosquitoes were just attacking me there. And also pretty high elevation, you know, it was pretty cold there. It was a great time to get up early in the morning. Here, the mosquitoes, I have almost no flies around me. I can't believe it. You know, so the only knock is that the water's a tiny bit foggy, so I would recommend a filter. You know, like I've been boiling it. And then the bathroom is a log instead of a green throne, but this is just amazing here. The only 2 I haven't seen are Timothy Slides, which I haven't heard really anything about, so probably is nothing special, and Wolverine, which I've heard nothing but bad things. So this is it, guys. This is an amazing, fantastic site. Okay, final walk around. I had stuff hanging up everywhere, so like in my sight, out of my sight. A nice wide open spot. It's a perfect place to be drying stuff. All that should be left is my poles and my backpack. All right, looks like I'm good. No tent pegs. Nope. That is such a beauty right there. I wish I could see the top. But look at the glacier and stuff. It's pretty sweet. All right, I'm not filming this because a slip off this thing could be potentially life-threatening, so. Okay. Good to be across that guy. I don't know how in the name of God this is supposed to survive ice flow, you know. Ice, as it breaks up, it piles up, and then it takes out a bridge like this. I don't know how, like this bridge needs serious elevation. Like even 3 or 4 feet. Oh well. I'm glad I'm over it. Just for your info, there is actually a horse crossing here. But who knows how deep this is, and this is like September 2nd, so yeah, it'd be tough for horses to get across this. You know what? Maybe it'd be great. I don't know that much about horses crossing. Anyway, we got a little flag, and silly me, I had to put on my rain pants. Realized very quickly that just because it's been nice all morning doesn't mean it's not totally wet. All this foliage, so. Well, started out with the climb. The rain makes everything a little tougher, right? Everything, all the dirt now is kind of mud. The roots are wet, the rocks are wet, and everything you have to brush by deposits a little bit of water on you. Even though the sun's out right now hitting all this stuff, it's still wet for at least another day or so. Ooh. So, yeah, and this part here is particularly foliagey. But at least there's, like, I haven't had a single blowdown to go around, so that's nice. Worst for that was definitely between Bing and Twin Tree and then Twin Tree and Donaldson. Well, hopefully. I still have another, like, 35 kilometers of trail to see. There's not a doubt that horse groups have been through this. You know, I think this has to be this year. And I haven't seen anything across the trails, so, you know, I'm past that. There's about a 65 kilometer stretch there from Chown Creek all the way to Blue Creek that very few people go down, and there's a lot of blow down there. But horse groups come in from Best Pass, and obviously they made it across the horse crossing there. Obviously it's not a big deal. And then they have to clear things out, right? Otherwise, sometimes they can't get their horses through, so. Thank you, horse groups. And this looks pretty recent too. Well, it's another section of trail that you don't see a whole lot, so whenever you get a view, stop for a break. Apparently I'm about 7, 8, maybe 900 meters away from Timothy Slides Horse Camp. This section is tough. It's an up and down, so I went up a bunch and then I'm obviously gonna go down. And yeah, I mean, most of the trail is like this, right? You're going up, you're going down, one or the other. If you have flat parts, you just thank your blessings and enjoy the flat part. Well, I should have walked another 50 feet because this would have been my view. Oh well. Oh man. Never gets old. I've started into the Timothy Slides area, and there's nothing like some slides to open up views. Spectacular. That is awesome. Geez, man, I almost went ripping right past this. This is some path. Yeah, okay, that's, all right, that's a tiny little, it almost looks like a deer. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, I'm back here. I had to come double check. I mean, is this campground basically abandoned? There's a trail, it just vanishes. Like, went down here about 100 meters maybe, not even, like 100 feet. Like, look at this. Where is it? I don't see blazes. I don't know where to go. And I mean, that sign seems pretty unmistakable. It is pointing in between those two trees. Is it over here? Is this it? Okay, well, I see a lot of things tramped down in here. This is still garbage. Like, what is going on? What's happening? Okay, well, that was totally ridiculous. I just finished bushwhacking like crazy. Trying to find anything, something.
And now I stumble across this trail, which is going, I believe, where I want it to go. I believe it's going to the horse site. I gotta cross this first. All right, at least it was worth it. A bunch of freshly cut wood. Obviously some horse people have been here recently, or some staff living by the poop. That was ridiculous. I did probably 200 meters of bushwhack. You know, not that hard bushwhack, but still. But yeah. Okay, Timothy Slides has got pretty bitchin' view. Oh. A couple of stumps over here. It's obvious why. Okay, not bad at all. Panoramic awesomeness. Jeez. So the site's over there. Wow. Wow. If you were a brazen person, you could just walk along this thing. Never mind the damn trail. If you knew where you were going. Jesus. It is so awesome in here. Thank God it was worth it. Oh. Oh yeah. Got ourselves a green throne. Well, this is a first-class fire pit too. You know, the only reason I had the courage to come and find this is because I went off the backcountry guide for the North Boundary Trail and I got coordinates exactly for every single campground. And then I converted them into what I needed using whatever website I could find. And then I punched them into maps.me. And they've been bang on. I'm standing on the fire pit. It shows me as 3 meters away from their coordinates. So they're bang on. And that's just with my phone's GPS. That's not an official GPS unit, right? So yeah, it came in handy with Twin Tree. I don't think I actually used it there. But here it really came in handy because I was just bushwhacking trying to find this. And I was using that basically as a compass and a portable map. How could I not have my soup out here? There's just no, yeah. So I gotta explain myself a little bit. From here to Wolverine, it's probably about 8 kilometers. And the next campground is about 10 kilometers. Wolverine is, I've been told again and again to avoid it. It's a pile of crap. The one guy who I passed said the same. I mean, you can actually wake up there. You could actually wake up there in the middle of the night and you're being flooded out. So, yeah, I'm not sure how to turn to get my face. Anyway, this is pretty good. Oh, woo. So, I don't want to go about 18, I think it's like 20 kilometers, honestly, about 20, to the next campsite, which is Adolphus Horse. And so I'm going to do something that the parks doesn't like and everyone else doesn't like. I'm going to go to Wolverine Patrol Cabin. I'm going to do another 3.5 kilometers there instead of staying here. I've asked people, where do I stay around Wolverine? Where is there a flat spot I can stay instead of at Wolverine? And no one can tell me. They just tell me that Wolverine's crap and to avoid it. So, yeah. And I mean, I don't want to do 20 kilometers tomorrow, like 19 kilometers to Adolphus Horse. It's just too much. So, I am unapologetically going to Wolverine Patrol Cabin. I'm going to stay there tonight. Well, I will apologize. Sorry, Press Canada. Sorry, Jasper National Park. That's where I'm going. Okay, I'm very interested to see where this leads to, where it joins up with the trail. One thing about that campground is it's a bit of a climb to get back up to the trail. All right, so I went down here. But I ended up like kind of bushwhacking over, and there's a slide here, and I ended up bushwhacking down that for a while. I had walked another 50 feet uneven. Here's the trail, it's obvious. Well, I mean, the sign's over there. How the hell could I know? There's no ribbon, there's no nothing. I chose the wrong slide. I went down that slide instead of this. Oh well, now you know. When I said that there was water on the foliage, like for a day or two, I was talking out my butt a little bit. It's now 3 o'clock and everything seems pretty dry, so that's pretty sweet. I could take off my rain chance if I wanted, but I'll wait until there's a good place to rest and sit down, then I can shed my boots and everything. Well, I'm happy to say that after about a rugged 3 kilometers after Chown Creek, once you actually get to the Timothy Slides, the trail gets much easier. Well, these slides are awesome. Every so often they give you wicked views. Mandatory rest spot. That's a pretty good one. Pretty silty too. You can see these are probably pieces of old bridge. Yeah. Managed to do it without too much of a problem. I'm very sad to say that my right foot has started to hurt. I think I jammed it when I was trying to bushwhack, you know, walking on a bunch of moss. Sometimes you can't really tell where a sudden drop off is, or in this case, I think I hit the front of a rock and kind of bent my foot back, but top of my foot has started to hurt. So now I'm slowed down a bit, just trying to get to the cabin. And yeah, I think Moose River just came off the table officially. That gives me a couple of extra days off now if I want, because I mean, I have 12 days. I have 14 overall, but it would take, if I made it to Adolphus tomorrow, which is a 16-kilometer day, you know, I would have 4 days left to go from Adolphus to the Berg Lake Trailhead, which is 28 kilometers. So I could sit there for 2 days if I wanted to nurse the foot. So that's a good thing. Anyway, a little discouraging, but I was kind of wondering if my body was going to push back. Yeah, my feet. Yeah. Anyway, this is the longest backpack I've ever done. You got to expect these things. Smoky River's impressive. It sure as hell is foggy and smoky, that's for damn sure. Okay, feels like it wasn't a long day, but it was hard fought. Only 7 kilometers. This one's in half decent shape. Locked up like the rest were, except for, you know, Willow, where I think they just forgot. The old tack shed. Pretty beat up looking outhouse. This guy is unique. An old sled. That's pretty cool. A lot of wood here and it's not locked up, but I'm not going to make a fire. The only reason anyone's going to even know I was here is that it's on YouTube. This is something I've not seen before. At first I was like, oh, what is this? Some kind of garden plot? You know, it's square. And then I saw there's an H. It's a helicopter landing pad. Cool. I've actually, you would think I would have seen a few of these, but I haven't. Huh. Well, this is clearly the water source. Smoky River, so I'm gonna have to put it in the bottle, wait for the sediment to sink, and then try to treat it and boil it. As usual, too, a pretty nice view. We're at the meadow, too. Like, the horses would keep this kind of thing going, right? And then, of course, they go and they cut down trees and skid them for firewood, so that helps. Or maybe it was here when they put the cabin here. Who knows? I'm a little depressed now. I've suffered an injury 44 kilometers away from finishing this off. I got to deal with it. Moose River is toast. And it just can't be happy constantly, right? Every so often you got these down times, and this is day 9 out here, so yeah. Anyway, I'm also not super comfortable staying here, right? I mean, there's just this, I'm a good boy, and there's just this, you know, perception, there's just this, yeah, it's wrong, you know, I've been taught well. But, I mean, I just can't wake up in Wolverine Campground with my tent full of water. I just can't. It's just no way. So, it's pretty much a safety issue as far as I'm concerned. So, this is breaking one of the rules of bear hangs and the fact that the branch is dead. But it's off a live tree and it's big and thick, and I put quite a bit of force on it. But I just gave it a real good test and it held. So, it's nice and big. I think it'll be fine. There's my bear hang. Behind the cabin here, that's where I've been eating. I've got almost all that taken care of. And then I'm gonna set up all my stuff over there. Water's down there quite a ways. I mean, the river is just down this path, but there's like a 3-foot ledge. So you gotta walk down here a ways. I was out here so long, I actually brought along a nail clipper, and I need it. I don't think my feet needed it, but I cut off whatever I could anyway. I think my feet are in good shape. It's just that my ankles are starting to break down, right? That's why I jammed my foot. So I jammed it, you know, I stepped on a bit of a rock, and then I ended up putting my heel right down, and that was the jam. So it's in here somewhere, right? And you can actually see a bit of darkness right there, bit of a bruise. So I'm gonna go get him into the water, and then I do have a wrap, like a little circular wrap. So I'll wrap it up before I go to bed so that I don't do anything to it in my sleep, and then I'll rewrap it in the morning and see how it goes. Well, I think it's time to hit the hay. This is not wonderful. This is just as much to remind me in the night to be careful of that foot as anything else. I don't know how much support it really gives. But I've been carrying around in my first aid bag for a while, so I'll as well put it to use. Alright, I think I'm gonna hit the sack early. Be nice if I could get out a little bit earlier than usual. I have a big day tomorrow, 17 kilometers, so yeah, here's hoping I can pull it off. Good night.